That deserved the clappy clappy, I believe. Yeah, good for Dethelor. That's the hand lockdown, and yeah, once again, you see how hard it is for Mech Mage to actually beat a handlock. You just need to cheese something out like that, you know? Right? Super cheesy.
Wow, that was unbelievable. Where do you go here for your life coach now? Because we know that Paladin's not very good against this mech mage. You said you
Uh-huh.
thought Ramp was pretty good versus it, but he's not playing Ramp. He's playing a fast druid, and
Right?
he's got his own mech mage, and he's got mad scientist in there instead of what looked like instead of a spider tank.
Right?
Um,
I think Mirror Entity is like pretty interesting against the Mirror matchup because your opponent can just play a Clockmaster or like a Clockwork Gnome and just nullify it, right? But at the same time, if they don't have those creatures and it's turn 4 and they have the Shredder and the Yeti, you really can throw a wrench on them. And of course, Kazan Mystic is like one of those cards where nobody really plays in the tournament just yet. So we'll see. Because I actually expected Kazan Mystic to be played a lot more.
yeah, Kazan Mystic, it strikes me as one of those cards where like I thought it was a lot better than it originally was.
Hmm.
Um, it just ends up not being good at all. And like even times I've played it, like when I steal secrets from people with it, it doesn't feel like it's very good. I'm like, okay, I have a 4/3 and I have his explosive trap.
Right, but isn't that really, really good? Because that's the only way to mess up your opponent's plans. I mean, stealing your opponent's explosive trap not only enables you to, for example, attack that turn and keep your minions alive, right? You also have your own explosive trap, so your opponent has to play kind of around that. I think Kazan Mystic, when it hits really strong, but the times when it hits is really rare because 2 out of 9 classes use secrets, or 2 out of 8 because who want to count priest as a class. So 2 out of 8, so 25%. And even in those matchups, like sometimes you just don't have it when you need it. You get what I mean? So that's like another 25% chance on top of the 25% chance. It's pretty bad. So that's why I don't think it's safe played. But when it hits, I think it's really strong.
That is definitely some of Ma's math. I,
Oh man.
I don't know what you just said. I really have no idea what we're talking about. What I do know is that Life Coach is down 1-0, and that he has to queue up his next deck
Okay.
to win his next game. You also didn't count Paladin. I don't know if that was on purpose or on
Oh,
accident
no, no,
either.
no. No, there's 8 classes. If
Yeah,
there's no
there's Mage, there's Hunter, and there's Paladin.
what?
You didn't count Paladin. You
I
said
did count
two.
paladins.
You said
Oh,
two
no,
out of
no,
eight.
no, 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 no paladins do secrets. Are you kidding me?
That's what I mean. You didn't count Paladin.
Okay, you know what? I guess if you say that, you technically count priests as well because they have thought steal, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
I.
priests
But you
use
would
more
count Priest as a
secrets than
class.
paladins do in
Yeah.
constructed. Let me guarantee you that. Okay, let me guarantee. Priests has used more secrets than paladins. So yeah. All right. Well, looks like hopefully we get to see the classes picked soon.
What do you think Life Coach is going to go with here? I still think he's. I feel like he's going to coup this Mech Mage, and I don't know why people aren't cooing Mech Mage. It's like obviously it's been beating everyone. It's like been the
Uh-huh.
class that everyone's losing to so far.
Right.
Um, I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe it's because I'm watching every single game happen,
Mm-hmm.
but Mech Mage seems like it's just been absolutely dominant.
Yeah, I mean, they want to cook Druid, right? Do they want to cook Druid, or do they really want to look at the matchup on the mulligan screen and really want to, kind of do that instead, like play around that? I'm not really sure myself.
I would just be cooing Mech Mage. It's what's been beating everyone. Like you're like, okay, what's been beating everyone? Mech Mage. Okay, coup Mech Mage. Like, am I thinking not enough about this? Maybe.
I don't know. Well, I mean, that's definitely a strategy, right? Actually, when I actually played the IEM Shenzhen tournament, actually, no, I mean that's not IEM Shenzhen. Actually, a very recent tournament, maybe the Millennium House Cup tournament. I actually went to it, uh, knowing that a lot of people are gonna bring Harrison Jones, right? Because back then there was a pretty weapon meta with warriors being really strong and hunters being really strong. So, I actually bought 4 classes that didn't use weapons, and then yeah, and then stick to that plan. Every time somebody had a non-weapon class, I would just ban it because I literally had Harrison Jones in every single one of my decks. And yeah, if you have a game plan, then you can stick with it. But the coup system, what it does enable is that you can actually play around your opponent's decks and actually look at matchups that way. So a little bit more reactive. But yeah, it just opens up another play. I think what you have right now is more attuned to the normal ban system, where you have a game plan going forward to the game. But the coup system does reward some kind of reactive measures.
I still like the coup system. I think it's best.
Wait, okay.
Coup system, best system.
All right. Well, Dethelor's cam is it's kind of slow, so unfortunately he's gonna disable it for now. But yeah, Lifecoach is gonna choose his next deck against the Dethelor's Mech Mage that is just very very dominant over this whole tournament. So we'll have to see.
Gosh, I still would love to see him coup.
Mm-hmm.
If he doesn't coup, I think it means he's going for Druid.
Yeah, I would assume so. Yeah.
Then he's gonna coup the deck that queues up against that.
Mm-hmm.
I've been wrong before though. Only once or twice though.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. we'll just have to wait for the game to load, really. So yeah. The game actually have started, and we're waiting for the players to invite. Yeah. Once again, thank you so much, guys, for you guys' patience. We do. I mean, we are waiting for the games as well. I'm pretty sure that the next tournament will definitely consider going to an offline tournament instead and doing pre-recorded matches. Yeah. What do you think about that, Admirable?
I'm not really sure what I feel. Pre-recorded matches, it's not quite the same because you're not seeing it in live time. But like, if the matches have been recorded like while the metagame was still relevant and it was still brand new and no one's seen it before and there's no spoiler alerts and everything, it feels like the same tournament to me. The difference is you have like a more fluid structure and you don't have little hiccups that happen. I mean, like, it's basically if something can go wrong, it will go wrong. Is sort of the the thought behind it, and it seems to be the case in just every single live production I've been a part of. Like, if something could go wrong, it definitely can't go wrong. So you play in for the best that you can and go forward from there. It's just
especially with like a not really a controlled environment. You have to rely on all the other players' computers to be good and internet be stable and whatnot. So yeah, if
not
it's
like
a
a LAN
live
event.
event, yeah, it's like a LAN event, then I think everything's super controlled. So here we are gonna see Lifecoach versus Dethelor's Hunter. Oh, wait, what?
How on earth is it versus his Hunter deck?
Oh, because we have a coup, huh? I guess the coup
Oh,
was-
that's definitely a possibility. Yeah, he queued up Paladin, queued the Mech Mage, and then we had a coup take place at some point.
Oh, no wonder it actually took so long for this game to load, huh? Because they already. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I mean, both players are kind of playing like it was normal, so we're gonna assume that a coup was used. So yeah, the Mech Mage is couped from Dethelor. We don't really know if Dethelor couped anything from the Lifecoach. So yeah, we'll see.
Let me think.
Not a lot of action here in Lifecoach's turn 3. This is just like it's like nothing. You can attack Undertaker, which is good.
Yeah, but then I mean, Lifecoach does remember that this is the super hyper aggressive deck, right?
I mean, I'd imagine he knows that.
Yeah, I mean, throwing up this 3/3 isn't that bad then, right?
I don't think so. I mean, I probably would tend to play it here.
Let me think.
All right, so yeah, once again, we do have a confirmation that Lifecoach did coup Dethelor's Mech Mage. So we will update the visuals to reflect that afterwards.
Do you think he's just going for the Glaive Zook?
Oh yeah, why not? And
right.
Kill this off. Do you want the 1/1 for free, or do you want the 2 damage to the face?
I don't know why any of this damage has gone to minions.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me personally. You just burn them, right? That's the entire deck.
Yeah, but then at the same time, you don't want them to trade upwards for your minions, right? I mean, especially early turns. I mean, if not, then why not just play the abusive and just go in, right?
I think that's what he's thinking about.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I guess the abusive does come out and just force the dome.
Going in.
Going in indeed. Consecration.
Just isn't like too exciting right now. I mean, you clear off 3 damage on the board.
I mean, 4 damage, right? And then you also kill one of the spiders. But oh man, I mean, you also have another board clear of pyro equality. But the point is, like, this hunter does not care what you do. It's just gonna be phase after phase after phase, right?
Yeah, we thought that and he wasted 2 of that damage.
Oh. Oh man. So yeah, what this is actually a hard turn. So you could play the Aldor on the spider to change it back to 1 attack.
Gosh, just none of these plays look appealing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely not very much. I mean, the Harrison Jones is good if it was 4 mana. So yeah, I guess the Aldor does need to come down here. It just needs to stop the aggressiveness.
I think it's just probably one of his best ones.
Yep. So now over at Dethelor side, not the most exciting turn, I would assume. You do want to use your hero power as much as possible.
He needs to start weaving in hero powers a lot. And in fact, that was something I was going to touch on. That I actually was a little bit surprised that he didn't do earlier. Oh my gosh, he doesn't use the charge of the weapon either.
Right. So Harrison Jones is effectively an Earthly Ring Farseer for 2. And draws a card. That's a pretty good deal. He's the new auctioneer. Gets the best deals everywhere.
I mean, I really cannot imagine not playing the Harrison Jones this turn.
Yeah, I mean, it's the odd number turn, right?
Your opponent's just, I mean, they're just wide open.
Yeah. So, yeah, it seems like Harrison Jones is the only play. I'm trying to consider if Consecrate is worth it, but yeah, it's not worth it. Even though you cleared the board, right?
I think it's just like last turn. Like it just wasn't worth the last turn. It isn't worth it this turn. And I actually like that I like that he's going aggressive too because your opponent's still got a beast on the board. You don't really have to do a lot to clear this out. Like you can kind of bide your time. Second Ironbeak Owl gets picked up for Dethelor.
Oh god, that's exactly what you do not want to see. Well, seems like the hero power is gonna come down here. Do you want to Arcane Golem this fast into the game? I don't really think so.
Yeah, I
the
think
point is really make use of the mana crystal that you give him.
Yeah, like going from 7 to 8 and into a 9 is not so bad, but going from like 6 to 7 into an 8 is just like awful.
Okay, yeah, just a little bit of a number play there. What do you do here then if you have a trap? I mean, pretty sure it's explosive, and there's no Eagle Horn bow to buff it. So don't you just want to proc it ASAP?
Probably. I mean, he certainly at some point wants to consider getting the board cleared a little bit. Like this actually might be like a turn where he can use Consecration. So, but if like say he attacks with Aldor Peacekeeper, triggers this explosive trap, and then he plays Wild Pyromancer and consecrates the board, he's gonna lose his Aldor Peacekeeper.
Yeah, that would suck. But if he is gonna do that, he's just gonna attack with the Aldor Peacekeeper first in the face, right?
I imagine so.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about Harrison clearing the spider here, and then Consecration, and then Aldor to the face? It actually lives.
That's okay too. You lose 5 damage that way.
Yeah, but man, I mean, are you really? Can you like that way? Actually, you don't lose any damage.
Well, he's got to do something.
Yeah, so there it is. The thing is, like, because the Aldor survived, actually it's gonna give you more damage over turns, you know?
Wow, he's just gonna play Pilot Shredder and actually just start dome busted too.
Oh, that's good, because the board effectively is only 2 damage, so it's not that insane. And, oh, another explosive trap for Dethelor here. That is pretty brutal. Oh, doing a
Wait, what? Why did he attack that way?
Because he might want to do a bluff. right? You might
That was
want to
strange.
bluff. Is that a good thing to do?
Well, I don't know. What is he bluffing?
Bluffing the explosive trap to be like a freezing trap instead. But then he kills the 1/1 as well, which is kind of weird, right? Or maybe even bluffing a snake trap, for example. You know, like if he left the 1/1 alive and didn't play this Silverback Patriarch and just play the trap instead, Lifecoach might just attack the face with a 1/1, right? And then have bad news. So that was what I was thinking.
I actually don't know what he was thinking with this play.
Huh. All right, so he's gonna coin out the trap as well. And do you think the Lifecoach is ahead now? Because I think he's still a little bit behind.
As soon as he gets this board under control, he's gonna be way ahead. But he's got to get the board under control first.
Okay. So would it just be, clear the explosive trap right now, just kill the Harrison off, and then just muster and get ready for a big turn? Are you scared of Unleash the Hounds at all?
I don't think so. The muster for battle may not be the play though. Like sort of going consistently with his line. I think it's something like Piloted Shredder or finally using, like, say he doesn't want to trigger the explosive trap this turn. He could just run Piloted Shredder into this Silverback Patriarch. If it's something like Snake Trap, he doesn't really care. If it's something like Freezing Trap, he does care, but there's not really much you can do about it at that point.
Yeah, I mean, with that play, it does kind of mean that. Oh, you see the mind games.
Not particularly. I think he knows it's explosive trap at this point.
Yeah. But because he played it that way, he forced the Shredder to trade with the Silverback instead. You get what I mean? It might have messed Lifecoaches up, because wouldn't it be better if Lifecoach just hit the Harrison with the Silverback and then Shredder to the face?
Sort of. I thought he was going to clear this turn because he's got. Okay, now this I don't understand if he does that. I don't know. I don't know how to explain this. He doesn't want to trigger the explosive trap because he wants to be at a super safe position before he goes into lay on hands. Because once he lay on hands, he's going to be in really great shape.
Okay.
So I think the Silverback Patriarch attack is fine, but I thought afterwards he was going to keep complete control of the board so it just doesn't take any damage. Because here, it's like he's not actually dead to anything other than kill command, abusive sergeant, or like kill command, arcane shot or something weird like that.
Okay.
But I feel like he could have done this a lot more efficiently, and I feel like Dethelor's last turn was just really off point.
Right.
He just kind of did it a little bit inefficiently. Regardless of which, Lifecoach down to 10. So this is the turn that he's been waiting for basically the entire game, where he takes almost complete control. But he's going to figure out exactly how all the secrets affect him and what he can do to play around him first.
Right. If it's definitely not a snake trap, it's definitely not a freezing. So it's not snipe because you just played something. Could be misdirection. That's the last one that you need to play around. But yeah, I mean, misdirection is pretty rare. Don't really see that happening.
I could definitely see a misdirection being in here.
Well, lay on hands is gonna come down. Gonna see Lifecoach is gonna see what he's gonna draw first and then play around that instead. He is playing 2 quartermasters and
he's got 2 copy of Lay on Hands in this deck.
Oh.
Wow. That is unreal.
Yep. Alright, he's gonna hit the sciences. I'm pretty sure trap is not gonna come out here. Lifecoach might be overthinking this a little bit because I just think they run 2 explosives. Nothing's gonna happen here.
Yep, that's exactly what the case is. And he's gonna continue to pass.
Interesting.
So I feel like he's got this game basically on lock at this point. He's got 8 more points of health, plus the True Silver Champion in his hand. I mean, he's got 12 points of heal, and Dethelor is basically down to nothing.
Well, it's still 3 damage a turn, I guess. A little bit of chippy. If you play the Leon Highs, of course, you don't establish anything. You're just waiting to die again, right? So every turn that Lifecoach actually, plays out is actually so much closer to like to just defeat Lifecoach having just waiting to die, right?
Yeah, he does have to begin the assault at some point, which is like really surprising to me that he hasn't popped the trap yet.
Yeah. I mean, oh man, the Harrison turn on the silverback and then proccing the trap with the shredder just seems like such a missed opportunity if anything.
It definitely would have given him a better result.
Yeah. So here, would you, man? I don't know what's going on through Life Coach's head. You have 10 cards, and yeah, the world is yours, really.
All right, so now he finally decides to start attacking, which is like really peculiar to me, because I feel like he could have just done this like 4 turns ago.
Yeah, but why don't you want to, you get a free minion right now? Like, eat a free minion with the shredder right now first before attacking with the 2/3.
I think he's going to consecrate is why.
Oh, okay.
I think he's going to consecrate. I mean,
consecrate into True Silver? That's actually fine. Yeah.
it's a little bit of bad news.
Well, I think he must have expected it, and come on. It's not bad news when you know what it is. Or, well, kinda.
So I don't think there's really anything that Dethelor is going to be able to do to get him out of this situation. He's down to 9. He's facing all the damage in the world. Eaglehorn Bow. It's going to give him 7, 8, 9 points of damage. If these life totals were reversed, maybe. But right now he's facing down 9, so he's got to expend Arcane Golem on one of these minions.
Yep, to live. And that kind of sucks. Yeah.
Oh, that's ugly.
You basically know that you win if they actually use Arcane Golem. Wait, actually, you know what? If Dethelor draws a kill command,
well, Lifecoach has got to fail to see the lay on hands in his hand.
and he also has to fail to attack with the weapon, which is Oh, actually, no. Attack
the weapon's not enough.
Yeah. Oh man. You're right. Yeah. Everyone actually had to lay on hands here to actually prevent a lethal draw from Dethelor. Oh man, this is pretty tense. Usually you do not want to lay on hands when you have that many cards, right? But that's the winning play.
Yeah, it's really there's just nothing you could possibly die to at this point other than kill command.
Right.
That's it. Dethelor throwing in some emotes there.
Right.
I mean, I suppose you could be weighing the option of not revealing a second lay on hands.
Right, but you're winning the game.
There it is, and now the game is 100%.
Good job, Life Coach. That is the correct move. You're gonna get rewarded by it. All right, there we go.
Deals infinity points of damage from a hunter's deck with Iron Beak Owl and another card, or even just 2 cards for that matter. I don't think there's a 2-card combination that ever deals as much damage. Unleash the Hounds gets picked up, but it's not going to be enough. He's got 2 copies of Muster for Battle in his hand and a Consecration, so multiple ways to deal 3 points of damage, and no way to stave it off as Dethelor. So Lifecoach going to tie this series up 1-1. Man, this one was like really close. 2 lay on hands.
Well played.
2 lay on hands is crazy.
Yeah, it actually healed him above the health that he needed to, right? So yeah, that was really good.
I wonder why he's running 2 lay on hands. Like, do you really need the heal and the card draw that much?
I don't know. Is it that back to that thinking where you just really need to draw the first one?
I mean, that's definitely a possibility where it's like, you don't always have to make use of all 30